Hey, what's up my YouTube peoples? What's going on? In this video, I'm going to show you guys my Kodi setup, the add-ons I have installed, what are my favorite add-ons, and the adjustments that I make to the settings in Kodi. Okay? Now, when I first install Kodi, I go right into the settings. Alright, so that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to go into the settings. We're going to go into system settings. And first thing I do is I change this to expert. And the reason why is because unless this is changed to expert, there are certain settings that you just can't get to. So I always change this to expert, so that way it'll give me access to every setting I need. All right. So you guys already know I have a surround sound system. So I go into the audio settings and make some adjustments here. And so by default, this here is adjusted to 2.0. And so I changed that to 5.1 because I have a 5.1 surround sound system. So I changed this to 5.1. Okay. Then I scroll down until I get to here, allow pass-through. And I make sure that this is enabled. If you have a surround sound system, you got to make sure that this is enabled in order for Kodi to take advantage of your surround sound system. Okay, so that's the first thing I do. And now I have access. Once this is turned on, you have access to these settings here. All right, and I make sure that all of these are on. Dolby Digital AC3, Dolby Digital Plus, DTS capable receiver, which I do have. True HD capable receiver and DTS HD capable receiver. Okay, and I also come down here and enable audio DSP processing. All right, now you'll notice that it's missing Dolby DTS. What is that? Dolby DTS Atmos, right? And Dolby DTSX. However, once you have these settings on, you will have access to Dolby DTSX and Dolby Atmos. Okay, so we're going to back out of these settings. All right, then I go into interface and I do some changes here also. One of the changes that I do is I change the screensaver mode to none. There's a reason why I do that. Okay, the reason is that while I'm making some adjustments or watching a movie or anything, I don't want this thing to go into screensaver mode. So I just turn it off completely. All right. So then I go into skin settings and I go to configure skin and I make sure that this is on, this is on, this is on, and this is on. Okay. So that's that. And then I make some adjustments here also. Like movies, I make sure that's on so that way I see that in the main menu. These are basically things that you'll see in the main menu. Now there's stuff in the main menu that I just don't use. So I make sure that those settings are turned off. Like such as this here. I don't use music videos. So I make sure that's off. TV is off. Radio is off. Pictures is off. You guys can leave it on if you want to. This is just what I do. Okay? And then I go to artwork. And I like type 2. I changed this to type 2. There's type 3. You can see the difference. Type 4. And so on. Type 2 is my favorite. So I'll leave it on type 2. Okay? Alright. Now, back out of this. And so we should be all set. And now is the fun part. Okay? Now I'm going to show you guys the add-ons that I use. And I'm going to show you guys where to get them. Okay? Now these are my favorite add-ons here. Supremacy, Covenant, Gears TV. I'm going to move on. The Dog's Bollocks, Skynet, Placenta, Genesis Reborn, Wrestling on Demand, Flixnet, Uranus, and then so on. Okay? So, my main favorites, the ones that I always use, is Supremacy, Covenant, Gears TV, and the Dog's Bollocks. I do use Placenta, and I do use Genesis Reborn quite some time also. Wrestling on Demand is also one of my favorites. Flixnet, I go to that every now and then. Not really all the time, but every now and then. And Uranus. Alright. So, where do we get these add-ons? So, we're going to start with Supremacy. Alright. I'm going to go into information. Go to update. And supremacy is located in the supremacy repo. Okay. So covenant is located in the XVBMC repo. It's also located here, but this is like the main repo where it's located. Okay. So Gears TV, I'm going to talk about this Gears TV thing in a whole completely different video because this deserves a video in itself. So I'm not even going to touch this right now. I'm going to create a new video solely on Gears TV. Okay. The dog's bollocks. This is located in 3 repos, but the home repo, the main repo that it's installed in, is supremacy. Okay. It's also installed in Zero Tolerance with repository and the Mavericks TV repo. Okay. Skynet, located in the supremacy repo and the Mavericks TV repo. Okay. Placenta, located in the Blamo repo. Okay. Genesis Reborn is located in the Jesus Box repo. All right. Wrestling on Demand, located in the Wrestling repository. Okay. Flixnet, Jesus Box repo. Uranus, also, okay, this is in the Griffin repo. I thought this was also in the Jesus Box. This is in the Griffin repo. Okay. All right. So to get these repos and add-ons installed, what we need to do is we need to hit on this. Okay. What you want to do is go to System Settings. Okay. Go to Add-ons. Make sure that this is turned on. Unknown resources. You got to make sure that's turned on. Okay. Also, make sure this is turned on also. Okay. Okay. Moving on. What you need to do is go to File Manager. Okay. The Blamo repo. You'll find that there. Now you guys can pause the video. I'm going to keep it moving. But to get the address, just pause the video and input this in this file here, okay? What you do is go there and then input that and hit OK. And the same thing goes for all of the other repos, okay? So the Blamo repo, Cypher repo, the Jesus Box repo, that's the address there. Again, pause the video. Okay, the Matt Build repo, the Maverick repo, all right, the Supremacy repo, and the Wrestling on Demand repo. Okay. Oh, and last but not least, the XVBMC repo. Okay. Okay. So we have the addresses, right? So now what we're going to do is install the repos. So we're going to back out of all this. We're going to go into add-ons. We're going to click on this box here. We're going to go to install from zip file. And we're going to go into every repo, every address here. And we're going to install this repo and this repo. And you hit OK. Alright. Same thing with Cypher. Jesus Box. Install the Jesus Box repo. Okay. The Matt's Build. Install the Goliath repo. The Maverick repo. Install that there. Okay. Supremacy. There you go. Install that. And the Wrestling on Demand repo, WOD. Install that. Okay.